Welcome to Late Night Massacre, where no one is safe, guys. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope everyone's having a better day since we actually got a Saw 10 trailer last night, which was fantastic. We're going to be doing a trailer breakdown of this whole entire thing, just scene by scene, and some of the things I did notice from it. At the end of this video, we're going to go over at the end, so this video might be a little long just because there's a lot to go over here. We're going to go over the questions that were answered about the film from the director, from the writers, from the cinematographers, all that great stuff. A lot of good things to take away from this film that was said that's even making me more excited. So let's get straight into the trailer breakdown.
Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
John!
The cancer is still spreading. I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. There is one person who might be able to help.
Our program is a two-pronged treatment.
Okay, so obviously John is trying to get a cure for his cancer, right? We kind of already know that at this point. So his doctor says there's no way that we can get this procedure done. But obviously there are medicines. There's different hospitals outside of the states that maybe can do some different type of medical treatment, and that's what he's looking for. So his doctor says, hey, go to this woman, Dr. Selena Peterson, that, and this is what it says on her website when they look it up. It says the Peterson Project is considered one of the leading pioneers and independent voices of cancer research throughout the world, led by internationally renowned researchers, Dr. Finn Pedersen. The group has decades of experience with cutting-edge innovations in medicine treatment, as well as original surgical approaches. Based on Norway, Dr. Cecilia Peterson continues this family tradition through her international outreach programs for those qualifying candidates in need. Feel free to reach out about the Peterson Project with any questions you may have regarding our program. So this is a doctor that apparently has had a lot of success with outside type medicine. And Tobin Bell, Jigsaw, is interested to, get this procedure done and to get this cancer figured out.
Be able to help.
Our program is a two-pronged treatment outside Mexico City. The results have been stunning.
She saved my life.
So obviously, the girl before says she saved my life, so this is looking pretty good right now, that they're going to take care of him. They're going to get this done. He gets to the hospital. It's outside Mexico. He gets to this hospital. They're very warm. They're very welcoming.
You're in very good hands with us.
After that, what happens then?
Your whole life happens then. John Kramer.
According to these scans, the tumor was never removed.
How much time do I have?
Months, at best.
I still have a lot of work.
So going into this scene now is he gets this surgery, he leaves, he goes back home, and then probably doesn't get a checkup for a while and thinks he's all good. They tell him at that hospital that he's all good. He probably goes home, and then to find out that his tumor was, gets a checkup probably, and his main doctor says that his tumor was never removed, that nothing has happened. So things are about to go down. Things are about to go down. And then Jigsaw says, I have a lot of work to do. So, now this picture right here, I think represents, from what I could tell from the picture going forward, is, if you guys know Timothy Young from, obviously, Timothy Young, that was in Saw 3, ran over, was a drunk driver that ran over an 8-year-old kid. And, yeah, he was in Jigsaw's, one of Jigsaw's favorite traps. I forgot what it was called. It started with a C, I think. But it literally, he was stretched out and his arms would twist until his arms would twist in a whole circle. His legs would twist and his head would twist, and he would die in that film. And it's actually one of my favorite traps of the whole franchise, to be honest with you. But it was one of Jigsaw's favorites. So obviously he had a lot of ideas for it, and he was writing it down in this book. But wants to get this cancer figured out, and it seems like it's too late now, and he has a lot more to do, with the work that he is doing, which is kind of nuts.
That needs to be done.
Crazy. So yeah, so pretty much every doctor that was involved with his surgery or his fake surgery, he's putting them through a game now. Even the girl that said that this doctor saved her life, which was a complete lie, and these other doctors that are involved are now in Jigsaw's game.
Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game. You all pretended to cure me. But
here's the thing that's really interesting about this part too. Jigsaw, this is a big personal game for Jigsaw. I don't think Jigsaw has ever personally watched a whole entire game go down. Now, he's watched from computer screens before in films, but he has never actually was there watching this whole thing happen. I think there's going to be a lot of scenes where he is strictly watching this game personally because this is personal. And obviously at the end of this video, I'll tell you why all this is very personal. Obviously, this is fully a Tobin Bell, John Kramer Jigsaw film, and I couldn't be any happier.
what I have planned for each of you is very real.
You know what's interesting too about this whole thing? I think the part where John is like really upset, and that's kind of makes me sad. Like we're gonna be rooting for Jigsaw this whole entire movie, and it's kind of nuts.
Everyone, it's time to play a game. You all pretended to cure me, but what I have planned for each of you.
Yeah, like that part right there. Just him just looking upset and just, it sucks, man. Like that part like got me emotional for a quick second because it's like now he's got to do this now. He's got to put these people through a game, and this could be a totally different scene obviously, but when you see him upset like this, you see the human nature of who he is as, this is John Kramer that has cancer coming out. This isn't Jigsaw. This is the real human being that he is, and it's one of the most crazy, probably one of the most welcoming, warming characters that has a crazy story for why he does this work. And it's not like he's killing innocent people. It's not like this is a slasher film that he's killing innocent people. This is a guy that's putting bad people in their place and making them make their own decisions, to give them their kind of treatment in some way, and letting them make their own decisions in a lot of ways. So it's the humanization of John Kramer, and this part was definitely emotional.
Is very real.
Now, this is the trap that everybody is talking about. This is the trap that everybody's talking about. This is the brain surgery trap, okay, that everybody's talking about right now. There's actually at Midsummer Scream, there were actually pictures of it that you actually go up and take photos with it and stuff like that. And apparently you sit in it and you have to use tools to get something out of your head. I guess maybe he planted something in somebody's head, I guess. But I thought that was really interesting. That's probably gonna be the biggest trap of the whole entire movie. Maybe there's something more than that that's even more crazier, but I guess we'll see when the time comes.
Anything I have not provided is your anesthetic, but trust me.
By the way, seeing Billy the Puppet back is fantastic.
You will want to remain alert.
Music's great, by the way. Now, from what I heard about the brain surgery trap is like those tools on the back of Billy the Puppet's bicycle. The person is going to have to sit there and use these tools to figure out how to use tools on your own head to where you can't kill yourself. In some sort of way. So there's a bunch of tools to use and hopefully, not, make the wrong choice in what tool you're using. So I think that's, from what I heard, that was a big part of it. This is before Jigsaw's end.
Of all the men that
Now, this one's interesting. Now, Now this is a board, obviously. And you see people's names. You see John Kramer, brain cancer, 250,000. Jay Clark, lymph disease, or is that lymph? Does that mean lymphoma? I think it does. $453,000. So obviously, Jigsaw, John Kramer went to these doctors and outside of Mexico, got the surgery done, paid them $250,000 to get this surgery, this outer source of medicine to treat his cancer, this surgery that he did get. So these crooks took his money, sent him back home, and never took the tumor out. So obviously these are a bunch of con artist doctors that have been doing this to a lot of people. And you see above, there's 3 more. There's a bunch of people on this list. But I don't think, they obviously don't know who John Kramer actually is. That's the problem right now. Okay, they have no idea who John Kramer is.
The chief, you picked John Kramer?
Interesting enough, the person talking from the beginning of this to right here at this bathroom scene, is this the bathroom from Saw 1? Obviously, we're not far from that part because this movie takes place between Saw 1 and Saw 2. I don't know who's hanging here and who's walking right there. That might be Hoffman. I'm not sure. If you guys forgot who Hoffman was, obviously he was a big, obviously not knowing he was a big part of the first 3 films. He wasn't in the first 3 films. But ended up, well, not the first 2 films at least, kind of, finding out who he is. But, there's big rumors right now that Detective Hoffman will be back. Obviously, he was a big Jigsaw copycat that killed his sister's murderer of her ex-boyfriend, and then kind of Jigsaw took him under his wing and gave him and the problem with Hoffman was he would kill people, not giving them a chance. And, Jigsaw hated that and called those people murderers. If you're not giving them their own chance, how is there going to be any rehabilitation with these people that are in these games? And that was the big problem. So obviously Hoffman was involved, and a lot of these traps between Saw 1 and Saw 2 connected, but we didn't find out until the later films. But he is supposed to be in here somewhere. We did not see him yet. And yeah.
Please, don't hesitate. Place a big enough piece of your cerebral tissue into the glass enzyme tank. This will save your life.
So sleep, silent.
Obviously has to use tools for the brain surgery trap here. Probably is gonna cut open his whole entire scalp. Obviously, part of his hair is cut in a perfect circle, which means that whatever he's trying to get is in his head, or it was planted in his head, I'm guessing. So he's got to use that tool to open his whole entire piece of his head, and then use those tools that Billy the puppet, had on the back of his on his bicycle to use for the operation. And this one's going to be probably the sickest one. I'm actually really excited for this trap a lot. I have to go backwards here because I need to see. This one is interesting. I didn't see this up close. It looks like, I have no idea. He's got these, it looks like 2 bombs, pipe bombs. I'm guessing they look like pipe bombs connected to his wrists with barbed wire tied around them. Both his hands are completely taped, and he's using a cutting tool to probably try to pry one of them off. From what I'm looking at, I don't know, and there's probably like a timer on it or something like that. She looks like she's twisting her leg. We had an explosion happen from inside the place. I'm guessing this could be a trap. This could be, this could be one of the traps. Maybe someone escaped. This is the guy that had the pipe bombs on, the pipe bombs on his arms. This is the same guy from the other scene. So he probably escaped because the pipe bombs are not on his wrists anymore. So this already tells you that this guy survives that moment. You see a couple cars moving. There's a chase or something like that. There's a couple guys with ski masks on. No idea. I don't know who these people could be. These could be cops. These could be I don't know. I have no idea who this is. Not really sure. Obviously, there's another trap here with this mechanism connected to a chain. And you see this pipe above on the ceiling that's dripping this black red stuff onto somebody's face, whether it's melting their face or something. I'm not really sure what that looks like. It looks like it hurts. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be almost nothing. There's a bloody machete on the ground. Now, this guy must be the new detective that's on this case. Maybe, you know, because obviously there's got to be a cop involved in this when it comes to, you know, figuring out this case of what's going on. Like, I don't know where this probably just takes place in a warehouse. Does, you know, Jigsaw must go over to, you know, outside of Mexico and find a place to, I guess, find a place to get this whole thing done. Maybe it's another room within a room that we've seen before. I mean, I don't know, where all these games are taking place. So this is apparently the cop. You got a picture, obviously, of looks like Amanda here with the pig mask on, which is awesome. You have one of the doctors here that I guess she's, I don't know, trying to stop the wire, I guess. Maybe the wire is the barbed, you know, metal wire that's turning as she's holding it with her hands. Maybe she has to give blood, or I don't know. Something must be happening here where she's in a lot of pain, which that's pretty cool. And then this is the girl that said that she saved my life, you know, talking about the doctor, and she's in front of a red light. So is it melting her? I have no idea. She's just standing there as of right now. And then I guess this might be the detective. I'm guessing that's maybe he found Jigsaw, I guess, and put a gun to his head. Or this could be Hoffman, maybe. Maybe Hoffman's just going off the deep end a little bit, needs to calm down. I don't know. It could be either or going into this thing.
The choice is yours.
So we're going to backtrack a little bit here. I'm going to do this as good as I possibly can. So obviously the screen, I don't know what this is. This looks like someone's head getting hit. I don't know what that is. It happened so quick. It kind of looks weird in motion right now. So obviously the credits start to, you know, obviously the end starts to roll. I don't know who this guy is. Probably, I don't know if this isn't a doctor. This has got to be maybe a cop, maybe somebody else. I'm not sure. This is the part that got me emotional too at the end, and I feel like they really humanize John Kramer so much, and he's obviously hugging Amanda, and this could be the end of the film where, you know, they have to get a lot of work done. This is where, like, she really trusts him. She really does trust him, and he's like a father figure and a leader to her, and you know, just seeing that hug and maybe telling her, you know, that, you know, he's dying, that he's gonna die soon, and there might be a little you know, soft moment there, which kind of made me a little sad at times. This, I have no idea. These little things on the bottom, they move. This is strapped to somebody's back, I think. Chest. It looks like someone's belly button. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is, but some contraption that is moving on someone's back or chest. I can't really tell too much. And then another shot of John Kramer hugging Amanda and with a tear coming down his face. Ah, man, I'm gonna be rooting for Jigsaw this whole movie because of what these people did to him and these con artists that you know, just so sad, man. This could be the same scene that we saw with that red stuff coming down. I'm not sure, but the guy, whoever's on the ground, is shaking, and it looks like his skin, I think that liquid is melting his skin off. It looks like it's acid in a red color or something like that. I'm not really sure. Obviously, that's one of the doctors in the brain surgery trap, the same one we saw earlier. There's Billy the puppet right there. There's Amanda right there. And then we get Amanda. And yes, she looks a little older. I understand that, but I honestly don't care. I don't care. I just miss these characters so much. It doesn't bother me. I thought John would bother me a little bit more. I thought Tobin Bell would have bothered me a little bit more, but I think he looks absolutely amazing. What I want to say about the trailer, guys, is they did not put the Saw music in there. Now, I wonder why. If they want to make this back to the roots and they want to make this movie to their roots right now, why isn't the Saw music in there? That's what I'm really trying to figure out. You know, I think maybe they're saving it for a dull. They're saving it for a really good moment in the movie. Maybe because they played it for every single Saw trailer, they didn't want to play it for another time. They want you to go into the theater and go through that twist ending or something like that. Here are two things I actually missed in this trailer. Here it is, the official. This is the tube guy. This is the tube guy that we seen in the official poster for the movie, which I totally forgot about. I don't know how I didn't even see this, but yeah, this is the tube guy that we saw on the front cover there. So that's pretty cool. And before that, interesting enough, before that, that trap and his fingers are getting broken, being pulled by these metal string things, which is kind of crazy as of right now. So that's where I kind of missed that part. It happened so quick I didn't even realize it. Now, I want to get into the news of Midsummer Scream, where questions were answered from the producers, director, everybody. I'm kind of excited to put all this news out right now, so this is pretty cool. Now, we had some news on, we're finding out that this is going to be the longest Saw film ever made. And the longest Saw film we've gotten was an hour and 48 minutes, okay? And that was Saw 3, which was where John died in that film. Interesting enough. And if it's an hour and 48, then it's probably going to be over 2 hours long. And I'm glad we actually have a longer Saw movie here dedicated to Tobin Bell, his movie. It's his. It's all his, and he's a huge part of it. And I'm glad that there's no bait and switch in this movie. I'm glad that he is literally going to be the big part about this film. So excited for that. Now, Kevin Guthrie, the director of this film, actually said that this movie reminds him of the old Saw, like he watched, a long time ago. Which is great. You know what I mean? That's awesome. I'm getting those vibes. The color palette, just the colors, like how it's filmed. It really looks like the original Saw in a lot of ways. Will it feel like that? I'm hoping it does, and I'm very excited about that. So, one of the guys that does the cinematography for the show even said, I love the beauty and brutality, and I want that in everything I do, which is awesome. Producer Oren Cools had a lot to say about, is John the protagonist of this film? That's definitely. They want to explore the John Kramer story as a human being, and he got those doctors, those con artists that they are, didn't realize who they want to steal money from. And they stole money from the wrong person. And that's why they're going through this game. And they deserve every fucking minute of it. They deserve every minute of it. And I'm glad we see that human side to John Kramer. And, because I feel like you're going to see two sides. You're going to see his brutality side as Jigsaw, and you're going to see John Kramer as a human being with feelings. And, knowing that he's going to lose his life and made the wrong decision and was completely tricked and fooled and was picked by these random people to take money from him, $250,000 for this surgery that they never really did anything. I guess it was just a fake surgery. They made a slit in his head. They closed it up. They woke him up and said, okay, you're good. And they sent him back. But not knowing, all those doctors could say, well, we tried doing the surgery, and I guess it didn't work. His tumor came back. But, they didn't know who they were messing with at the time, so they kind of screwed themselves over at that point. But him hugging Amanda at the end of that trailer and with that tear coming down, oh, man, it hurts me, man. I'm hurting for him, I'm hurting for him in a lot of ways. And the last thing that I definitely want to say is the producer, Oren Cool, says, if Saw 10 will answer any unanswered questions from the previous films, and he said yes. Previous to this film, like Saw 1, or are you talking previous films as, I think he's talking about the other films. He's talking about all the films. So we might get more answers, but what questions do have to be answered still? I guess we're going to figure it out, because to be honest with you, this story is really good. This is a perfect timeline for this movie, and I didn't know if it was going to work too well, but after seeing this trailer, I feel a lot more comfortable and absolutely love it so much. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, we just did the trailer breakdown. This was a long video. Next time I'll probably separate the questions next time, but this is actually probably my second trailer breakdown, but I want to answer some of the stuff at Midsummer Scream on Saturday. So I hope you guys really did enjoy that. Definitely a lot to go over in the coming days. Hopefully we're going to see some Tobin Bell interviews, and he's going to be marketing this thing now and answer some questions. So I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for the cast that's coming back, Amanda coming back. I'm really, Kevin Guthrie, that is the director. He did direct the final chapter and Saw 6, which is a really good film. Josh Stolberg and Goldstein both are writers for this film. The only two movies they did was Jigsaw and Saw Spiral. So hopefully the writing is a lot better, and hopefully with some help from the director, hopefully we get something a little bit better with dialogue, and I think we will. All you need to do is add Tobin Bell to this film, put it through its course on what he does best, and I think you have a fantastic film here. I think this film is going to be one of the most violent, probably the most brutal Saw movies we've ever seen. The whole franchise in general, which is awesome. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot going on here, So I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are. Make sure to comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about the whole trailer. What did you miss? Is there anything I missed? I probably missed a lot of stuff, but kind of want to go through everything. So you guys have a fantastic day. Keep running. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. Cover horror news every single day, and we'll be covering this movie, and we'll probably have more videos on the next coming days. So you guys enjoy, keep running, and I'll see you later.